So I'm talking about three big mistakes I see people make in probate and what they need to avoid. Probate, the process of transferring assets after a person has passed away. Probate is just a court process really that happens after somebody has passed away. If they had assets in their name that have to get transferred to their beneficiaries, most commonly a house, right? It was in their name, they passed away, and now the kids want to sell it. They need to go through probate. The three mistakes, that I see. Number one, they wait too long to get started. And depending on the state that you're in, I'm speaking specifically for Florida, you can start a probate 30 years after the person died. In fact, I've handled probates like that where someone has died, they had a piece of land, right? And the family just keep making tax payments on it, and they were never going to sell it or anything. So they didn't do a probate for 20, it might have even been longer than that, 20, 30 years. So you can open a probate whenever. However, I generally advise against that because depending on the asset, depending on what it is, it could lose value, right? Depending on the type of money, if it's in a bank account or something like that, often the bank will turn the money over to the state. And in Florida, the state, after 10 years, they keep it and they won't give that money to you. So there could be, even though you can open probate wherever, you could end up losing an asset. But, even bigger than that is the more time that goes by, right? If more people who were beneficiaries at that point, if they pass away, now their kids are potentially beneficiaries. And so what maybe if you would have opened the probate right after the person died, there would have been two people who were going to receive something. Now, if you wait 10, 15 years, now there's going to be 20 people who are going to receive something. So number one mistake I see is people probably, just waiting a little too long. Number two is not keeping everybody informed and not telling them this is going on. And what I mean by that is family members, right? And this is kind of situational. This kind of depends on your unique circumstances, where sometimes there might be a reason not to tell somebody. But if your immediate family is going to be involved in the probate, right? You've got 3 sisters and all of them are going to receive something equally. You probably would rather tell them, hey, I'm getting ready to start this probate. I've hired an attorney. They're going to be reaching out to you, as opposed to just them receiving some piece of mail saying that, hey, probate has been started. They have a certain amount of days to respond. So keep your family up to date. Number 3, and lastly, and this is something I see a lot of, is if you've hired an attorney, and if your attorney, you trust your attorney, you think they're doing a good job, or you believe they're doing a good job, try to stay out of the process. And the reason is, it's not because you probably couldn't do a good job. Maybe you would not be able to do a good job, but let's say you could do a good job. It's not really so much of that. It's that the probate process is a long process. 12, 15, 24 months sometimes, really depending on the situation. That's a long time for you to be vested in spending your time and energy trying to learn law, right? Learn an area of law, play attorney for a little while, deal with the grieving process, assuming you haven't gone through that yet, dealing with competing family members, all the stuff that you have going on, your normal work, your life, your kids, your family. And I see too many times where individuals, sometimes even our clients, they just get too involved, and I have to kind of step in and gently say, listen, I appreciate that you want to do this. You've hired us, you've paid us. I hope that you trust us. I hope that we're going to do a good job. So just let us handle it, right? This is what you paid us to do. And so try not to get so worked up about it, because again, it is going to be a long process. And if you let yourself kind of stress over it, it's going to cause friction amongst you and the attorneys. It's going to make you resentful. It's just going to make your life, much less enjoyable. So those are the 3 things, that I'd recommend today. If you're going through a probate, or you need to start one, pay attention to those. It's going to make, your life and the process much smoother.